Dick Conaway, Clyde Inman, and I drove west of Nederland, Colorado, through the little mining town of Eldora to do a 7.3 mile, 5 hours and 40-minute hike up to Arapahoe Pass and Lake Dorothy in the Indian Peaks Wilderness. When the pavement ended in Eldora, we had 4 miles of bumpy, potholed road to get up to the trailhead. As we approached the trailhead of the 4th of July, we found that the parking lot was already full and vehicles were parking along the road, and we had to do the same thing. We did the small parking lot loop and then came back and parked behind the pickup truck that is in the process of parking now. This is the entrance to the 4th of July trailhead, which is a gateway to the Indian Peaks via the Arapahoe Pass Trail. Located a few miles past the town of Eldora, the 4th of July Trail is a portal to an amazing assortment of peaks, lakes, and vast mountain scenery. Mountain peaks include South Arapahoe Peak at 13,379 feet, North Arapahoe Peak 13,502, Mount Neva 12,814, and Jasper Peak at 12,293 feet. The trail is named for the old 4th of July mine, which is part of the many mine ruins along the way. This hike along the trail parallels the rushing waters of the North Fork of Middle Boulder Creek, complete with waterfalls and wildflowers up to 11,906 foot Arapahoe Pass. The columbine is Colorado's state flower. Here we were 1.5 miles from the trailhead. Here we see some of the remnants of the 4th of July mine, which was staked by C.C. Alvord on Independence Day of 1872. He was born in 1810 and died in 1894. In 1874, the mine was 230 feet deep. In 1905, miners had found streaks of tellurium gold worth as much as $200 per ton. But in the 5 years of initial activity, boarding houses, stables, a steam power plant, and a mill went up. But the mine sat beside a stream, and water would constantly seep into it, and drainage was a constant struggle. The cost of extracting the ore quickly outweighed the profits, and the operation was shut down in 1880 for the initial operation. In 1906, Congress set aside $5 million to build a 12-mile wagon road from Eldora through this site and over the Continental Divide, but the money was only enough to get to the 4th of July mine site. The Arapahoe Trail runs along what's left of that road. In 1909, miners were digging out so much copper ore that the company was planning to build a 50-ton ore crushing mill and thinking about building a mile-long aerial tramway over the Continental Divide to transport the ore for processing, but that never happened. This is Caribou Lake as seen from Arapahoe Pass, with Satanta Peak in the background. Clyde, Dick, and I took a lunch break at the top of Arapahoe Pass. Lake Dorothy is the highest named lake in the Indian Peaks Wilderness at 12,061 feet. Here we see a group of hikers descending from Lake Dorothy on the Caribou Pass Trail, which goes down and intersects the Arapahoe Pass Trail. Here's a selection of just some of the beautiful mountain wildflowers that were abundant all along the trail. This was my third hike on this trail. The first time was to Diamond Lake, and then the second time was to Arapahoe Pass, but the clouds were moving in, so I didn't go to Lake Dorothy, but I did this time. Dick and Clyde had already been to Lake Dorothy, so they went to Arapahoe Pass and then started back down, and I caught up with them on the way back down. It was a beautiful hike.